I used to check my phone every 10 minutes, not because I was expecting anything important, just to see if they'd replied. And if they hadn't, I'd spend the next hour trying to figure out why. I was always available, every time, no exceptions, because somewhere in my head, being there every single time meant they couldn't leave. I changed things about myself. I didn't even realize I was changing. The way I talked, the things I said, what I was willing to put up with. All of it quietly adjusted to fit what I thought would make them stay. And underneath all of it was one thing: fear. Not love. Fear. Fear of being abandoned. Fear of being left behind. Fear that if I loosened my grip even slightly, they'd be gone. And so I held on tighter. I tried to control every outcome, every conversation, every distance, every version of how things could go. I thought that if I could just manage enough variables, nothing bad would happen. But here's what nobody tells you about trying to control someone you care about: you can't. You never could. A plant doesn't grow faster because you keep pulling it upward. It grows on its own timeline, in its own direction, and the only thing pulling does is uproot it. That's what I was doing, pulling, constantly, and wondering why things felt so unstable. The psychologist John Bowlby spent his life studying why humans attach the way they do, and what he found was this: the people who grip the hardest are usually the ones who learned early that love was something you had to earn, that it could disappear without warning, that you had to stay alert or you'd lose it. So the anxiety wasn't random, it made sense. It was just trying to protect me from something that had already hurt me before. But protection and control are not the same thing. The moment I understood that, the moment it actually landed, was when they left anyway. Everything I had tried to prevent happened, and I was still standing, not fine, not immediately, but standing. And that was the realization that cost me the most to arrive at. I never had control, not once. The outcome was never mine to manage. The only thing I ever actually had was how I showed up. That's it. That's the only variable that ever belonged to me. Loving someone doesn't mean making sure they can never leave. It means showing up honestly and trusting that the right people won't need to be controlled into staying. The ones who are meant to stay will stay. Not because you manage every outcome, but because you gave them something real instead of something desperate. And the ones who leave, they were always going to. No amount of control was ever going to change that. You don't have control. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you stop losing yourself trying to manage something that was never yours to manage. Let go, not because it doesn't matter, but because holding on that tight was never love. It was fear. And you deserve better than a life built around being afraid of losing something.